which are Christians, Muslims, and Judaism, while more than 500 million followers other deities or belief systems. This diversity prompts the essential question: does a divine entity truly exist? Around 13.8 billion years ago, the origin of existence are shrouded in mystery. Scientific consensus coalesce around the inception of the infinitesimal, small, exquisite, hot, and densely compact singularity, an explosion that initiated the expansion of space itself. This cosmic inflation propelled the universe's rapid expansion. Subsequently, the cooling universe allowed fundamental particles like quarks and gluons to manifest from the searing heat, forming a quark-gluon plasma. As the universe continued to cool, quarks coalesced into protons and neutrons, which in turn combined to forge atomic nuclei. Electrons too emerged during this phase. Around 380,000 years after the colossal Big Bang, the universe had cooled sufficiently to permit atoms to stabilize. In the fullness of time, gravitational forces caressed the denser regions of this nascent universe to attract matter, accumulating in the birth of galaxies, galaxy clusters, and cosmic structures of grandeur. This process of the universe creation, the Big Bang, is held by scientists as an exceedingly unique event. The universe configuration and the potential for it to materialize similarity from slightly different initial conditions or fundamental constant made the occurrence of such an event a rare event. Indeed, the universe stands prodigiously intricate system, deciphering the interplay between physical constants, initial conditions, and forces driving the evolution undertaking. Even slight modifications to these factors can yield vast dissimilar outcomes. Moreover, contemplate the stupendously complex prospect of atoms in central matter fusing to form life. Picture the primordial earth brimming with water, housing certain elements and compounds and nurtured by energy sources like lightning and hydrothermal vents. These factors unsustainably catalyzed the genesis of the first organic molecule, setting the stage for life emergence. Scientists have tried to orchestrate the environment akin to Earth, early conditions with just the presence of water, the availability of certain elements and compounds, and the presence of energy sources such as lightning and ultraviolet radiation and hydrothermal vents, which likely played a significant role in the non-living constituents in bid to simulate life origins. Still, when the scientists tried to create life, they failed because non-living matter was resolute in its non-living state. Thus, the baffling complex of this process, the rarity of the event, and the specific prerequisite cast an endeavor of formidable enigma, defying simple comprehension. Now, even if scientists even could accomplish this formal task of non-living matter to simple one-cell organism, the transformation from non-life to life, and then a leap from simple cellular existence to sophisticated multicellular organisms such as sponges with a mere handful of cell types, or the uncomplicated flatworm, strains the boundaries of credulity. The later translucent, simple anatomical structure of a mere 2 layers of cells with a few thousand members showcase life in its primal form. This is just breathtaking. Contemplates the transition for such elementary organisms to the pinnacle of complexity, a human boasting a staggering 37 trillion cells. Each of these cells is composed of atom particles that are more numerous than all the stars twinkling in the sky. This brings us to a prodigious odds of the first atom spawned by the Big Bang, coming to form organic molecules and eventually self-replicating entities, a procession from humble origins to creatures like flatworms, culminating in the splendor of the human form. These odds are unfathomable. 1,000,000 to 1, perhaps even greater, emerges this unsellable estimate of this transition from atoms to astonishing complexity of a human being. A notion of divine intervention gains credence in the face of such astronomical improbabilities. Upon this canvas, we consider the panorama of beliefs and disbeliefs. Among our 8 billion global residents, over 4 billion individuals nurture the faith in the same divine entity, crossing the boundaries of Christians, Muslims, and Judaism. 4 billion intelligent, and I respect our agnostic atheist view, who don't see any empirical evidence that God exists. However, I ask to take into consideration the atoms created out of the Big Bang and stupendously complex prospect of atoms forming into non-living matter is a baffling complexity of the process, the rarity of the event, and the specific prerequisite cast the mind simple and comprehensive, which coalesces into essential matter, fusing to form life, 1,000,000 to 1 probability. I respect our agnostic atheists because they don't see empirical evidence that God exists, but don't see any evidence that God does not exist either. Thus, they don't rule out the possibility of God. Thus, this is important because this is the beginning of faith. Considering 4 billion beings of intelligence, a living reality today, encountering and believing in the personal connection with the divine presence, perfects a tangible proof. A nebulous realm of faith defies empirical evidence, yet simultaneously it births profound personal experience. In the face of the human narrative, an expanse extending beyond empirical realms, the question of God's existence traverses complex landscapes. The cosmos, from the birth of atoms to the emergence of multicellular beings, hums with the mystique of improbability. As the universe melodies unfold, they will weave into a grand tapestry wherein the existence of God mingles with the human experience, science revelation, and the enduring intricacies of belief. God indeed exists, otherwise we would not be here today, for it is 1,000,000 to 1 that a single atom can combine of particles of non-living matter joined together to more complex molecules, eventually leading to self-replicating entities to form life that evolved into human beings with over 37 trillion cells, consisting of atoms that are more numerous than all the stars in the sky. So whether you're a Christian or Muslim or Jew or atheist, well, atheist isn't a religion, but it is a belief system. I would consider this channel successful if I get one important person that visits this channel, and that is you. Now, why do I say that? Well, out of 8 billion people on this world, there's only one you. You are unique, you are special, you are precious, and I thank you for coming.